Welcome. I'm Jamie Thompson, Program Coordinator at the Willmar Area Learning Center. We are very excited to celebrate the 25th anniversary of ALC Graduation in the Willmar Public Schools. Even though the 25-year history of the ALC may not be the first thing on the minds of these graduates here today, through the years, many students have walked the path across this stage to receive their diplomas. And today, we celebrate your walk with you. On behalf of the graduates, I would like to now ask the staff members of the ALC to please stand. Staff members of the ALC, please stand up. Thank you so much. There are other people that you'll have a chance to talk to and thank at the reception today. But at this point, I really think we've got to get to the business at hand and acknowledge these graduates. Our ALC alumni reflections come to us today from 1996 graduate of the ALC, Donovan Wagner. Donovan's professional experiences include positions such as loan officer, account executive, and assistant general manager. He is currently employed by Advanced Services Incorporated here in Willmar and was recently promoted from sales coordinator to project manager. He is also a proud father of an amazing 11-year-old daughter. Ladies and gentlemen, Donovan Wagner.
Thank you very much for that introduction. It's an honor to be here today, and I'd like to personally congratulate the class of 2013. As Jamie said, I too graduated from the hollowed halls of the ALC. And as a matter of fact, I barely graduated. And if it wasn't for this school welcoming me with open arms after I burned my bridges one too many times at the other high school, who knows where I'd be today. Your diploma may look the same as everyone else's, but there are two differences. The first one is the one you can see, the fact that your name is on it. The second is that by receiving it here today and receiving your education from the ALC, you've had to overcome some level of adversity in order to get here. To work a bit harder to get that same diploma. So that being said, congratulations. Today you've received a key that no one can ever take from you. This is the first of many keys that lead to an infinite number of doors, that lead to an infinite number of possibilities. And the new path on your journey begins today. I want to start my speech with a little disclaimer. I was told, and it sticks with me to this day, that 90% of what you hear, listen to, watch, read, 90% goes in one ear and out the other. That's advice, classes, internet, TV, parents, friends, teachers. 90% will never take hold and never matter in your life. That means that 10% is all that you can actually use. But it's up to you to listen for that 10%, that one thing out of 10, that one sentence that just may change your life. So with that, I thank you for allowing me to share some of my 10% with you today. A little background on me. I've been a salesman, a mortgage broker, a consultant, an explosive technician, a DJ. I've done voiceovers for radio ads, and most recently, a project manager with Advanced Services here in town. My position now is working for a staffing company that puts hundreds of people out to work every year. And I get to coordinate the recruiting, the paperwork, the orientation, and the management of the projects themselves. While I'm not anyone particularly special or gifted, I'm not a great athlete, I'm no millionaire, and I'm not even a great public speaker. But I've had a rather extraordinary life, and that I've been places and done things that most people have only read about or seen in movies. But they can't script the stuff I've done. Both good and bad, high and low. I've truly lived my life so far. What I have for you is a few cheat codes in life. And for those of you that aren't familiar with cheat codes, it's kind of a gamer term. I'm not even a gamer, but it allows you to advance to levels, and in this instance in life, that normally would take you a lot longer to get to. So, I have some cheat codes, and it's really what took me a long time to realize, but once I did, it was like taking a shortcut to my dreams and goals. The first cheat code my brain uses is for setting goals. I've always disliked setting goals because I hate to feel like I failed at whatever lofty goal I set and had not achieved. I set some high ones, and rather than take a more smaller, realistic approach, I avoided it altogether. And I found that didn't work for me too well in life. So my mind did its own thing for setting goals. It went about forming a mental image of my goal, or maybe a few images, or good outcomes, and I would think, now that would be sweet. And I'd hold on to those images, but not so tight that I couldn't let them go, should my path lead elsewhere. And often, it led to much better, bigger places than I ever could have imagined. I would then commit to the action, rather than the result or the outcome. That no matter what, I was not going to fail. Perhaps I learned that I didn't really want what my mind had pictured at the time, but that's just it. People change. And the view from outside is quite a bit different than what it looks like once you're standing inside. By committing to the action rather than the outcome, I was able to eliminate a lot of the fear that would have held me back otherwise. Knowing that my destination may change gave me more incentive and allowed me to see opportunities that would have otherwise been invisible had I stuck to that one main goal. Next code, I've discovered the fountain of youth and a cheat code to that 10% thing too. When you do your best at what you do and you stay present in what you do, you're able to absorb, and I know it sounds a little bit strange, but you're almost able to absorb knowledge and information. You don't have to consciously try to make yourself remember each and every detail. You didn't have to do that with your first kiss, Christmases, birthdays, but I bet those memories are there. Because you weren't looking forward and you weren't thinking about what you'd rather be doing. You were fully invested in that moment right then. And that moment hasn't ended since. You're still in it. This razor-thin line of time that stretches from here to eternity. When looking forward, or when you're young, it's where we live, learning, loving. But as we get older, we begin to look forward, anticipating the future, both good and bad, or backward with regret and longing. Anticipating things will be worse in the future is pessimism, and it's very harmful. It's living in fear. Whether it materializes in anger, paranoia, aggression, it's fear, and it's fear of a worse future than you have today. Fear is the single most self-defeating, self-destructive emotion we possess. And unless you embrace and appreciate what you have today, you might as well just give it away. Because what you think about, you bring about. Focus on what you don't want to have happen, and you give power to those thoughts. The next thing you know, you're wallowing in the pile of crap you created. You must focus on what you want. And after committing to the action, the only productive thing is positive. What can make this better? What can I do better? Those thoughts carry the same power as the negative thoughts of every horrible outcome. Thinking negatively is almost like taking poison for your ambition. So think of what will work instead of what will not. It's easy to point out the bad in any given situation if that's what you've conditioned yourself to do. But the opposite is true as well. If you look for the good, you will find it. The other end of the spectrum is living in the future as an optimist. Anticipating things will be better in the future is an expectation, and unless you're doing something about it now to work toward it, it's only a dream. And that means your now will always suffer for the dream of a better tomorrow, and tomorrow will never come. So that being said, if you have to dream first, dream. But you can't live there. So take a positive outlook and do something, anything you can do to work toward it. And the only time that you can ever affect your future, right now. No matter how small the step, take it. You will never get closer unless you take the steps towards what it is you want. Living in the past is the most destructive of all, as that's the one thing you have no control over, good or bad. You cannot change the past. And reflecting is important if you want to learn and grow as a person, but dwelling only creates more problems. The old saying, one door closes and another door opens, but you can't see the one open because you're too busy staring at the closed door. That's real talk. The past is history. I may have an impressive resume, but that's in the past. And I may have done all those things, but I can't sit here and act like I'm still building bombs in Hawaii and flying all over the world and blowing stuff up. I'm sorry, the country. That chapter in my life is closed. It's ended. And a newer, brighter present and future await me. Regardless of what happened or what will happen, it's all part of living life. Living life. Yesterday is history, tomorrow's a mystery, and today's a gift, and that's why they call it the present. The last little tidbit I got for you is that confidence is king. You must have faith. Whether it be spiritual, religious, or just plain faith in yourself, you must have faith. Confidence, courage is just fear that said its prayers. But that's a whole different speech, so I'll leave it at that. Confidence is king, and as Henry Ford said, whether you think you can or you can't, you're right. So the point of all this rambling is this. Consider your options, commit to the action, focus on what you want. Live in this moment, this razor-sharp edge of time that stretches from here to eternity, and you'll be amazed at the power these thoughts can carry as you proceed to live your life. So I thank you for listening to me and for the honor of being here today. And my congratulations to the class of 2013. May you all live your lives to their fullest and enjoy your journey every bit as much as your destination, starting now.
We will now have an original composition read by ALC student author Devian Evans.
A Success to Life. The reason our name is A Success to Life is because you will no longer be a teen or kid anymore when you graduate high school. That is when life begins. You will soon be an adult and be able to do anything you possibly want. Even when people put you all down, always believe in yourself. John Lennon's told him he will never make a living playing guitar, but yet he became a famous guitar player. And when life gets you all down, there's always a way back up. A single mother on welfare picked up a pen and paper and started writing. She is now famous for writing Harry Potter books. Her name is Joanne Rowland. Anything is possible in this world. Just keep trying. Don't give up till you reach your goal. It might take weeks, months, or years, but you will reach that goal one day. Congratulations, graduates. I hope you have a great future.
Deb Zinda Hansen of Bremer Bank will now present a scholarship on behalf of the Willmar Civic Scholarship Association.
I'm going to turn this way so hopefully you can hear me. Congratulations to you, graduate. This is such a special day for you. I know you've worked really long and hard to get here and probably had a lot of challenges, but I know the staff here at the ALC, they love you to death and they care so much about you. So I think we should just give them a big round of applause. And I'm here today to present a $500 scholarship to one of you. I'm part of a group. It's called the Willmar Civic Scholarship Association, and we raise funds from local businesses, and we want to acknowledge one of our graduates from here to help them further their education. And this year's recipient is Cassandra Garcia. Cassandra. Okay, sorry.
Dr. Kiergaard and Mr. Streed, would you assist me with the presentation of diplomas, please? Giovanni Aguirre. And she plans to be a responsible mother.
Yeah. Amen.
Cassandra Garcia. Central Minnesota Senior Care and plans on attending Ridgewater College in the fall for her generals.
Yeah.
Samantha Granis. Samantha works at Bethesda Nursing Home and she plans to continue on a career path and be the best mom she can be.
You're gonna take care of my grandma one day.
Maria Leal. Maria works for Divine Home Care here in Willmar and plans to attend Ridgewater College in the fall. Megan Pogriba. Megan is working at the Candioi County Jail in food service, and she possibly wants to go to school for cosmetology one day. Joelle Rivas. Joelle is currently in the Army National Guard, and he will attend AIT training in June.
Yeah!
Donovan Wold. Donovan is hoping to find a job in the construction industry and carve out a career path there.
Yeah!
Ladies and gentlemen, these are your 2013 graduates. We will now have a few words for our graduates from Willmar Superintendent, Dr. Jerry Kiergaard.
This graduation is always one of the things that's kind of the beginning of the end of the year. Except we had about enough snow that the end of the year kept getting further and further away. So I would also like to introduce, we've got a couple other board members here. Dan Krugquist is here, and so is Mike Reynolds in the back. As you're aware, most old people want to tell teenagers how to live their lives. There aren't a lot of people in this room that are older than I am, so I get to do that. And although I know you're probably really tired of hearing us do it, since I'm an old guy, I feel obligated to tell you some things. You stand on the brink of your graduation. We entrust you, the future generation, with this responsibility. To have faith in the world, to challenge injustice, to embrace your strengths, admit your failings, value all that you've been taught, know your own self-worth, and hold unequivocally to this undeniable truth. You have the right to be the best that you can be. Congratulations, graduates.
Well, congratulations once again, and we thank you all for being here. Make sure you join us for cake and refreshments in the rehearsal hall, which is right back here. You just walk out this way and meet the graduates back there. There'll be a place where you can congratulate them. Thank you so much. I guess it's time for Mary Ellen to do her thing.